Hi everyone and welcome to a book review. This particular review is for Wicked by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book number 1 in the Wicked trilogy, and this is definitely an adult, okay? This is an adult fantasy romance, okay? This particular book came out in 2014, so it's just shy of 10 years, and I enjoyed it. I'd read this one before, so this is a reread for me. And I was not doing individual book reviews when I originally read it. I wasn't comfortable when I read it the first time because I was not used to reading books with open door sex scenes. I'm used to it now. So my tastes have changed a bit. I did listen to the audiobook and I thought the narrator of the audiobook did a really good job. The audiobook is 11 hours and 44 minutes and the narrator is Amy Landon. I thought Amy did a great job with the narration. This is told in, I think it is first person from Ivy's perspective. Yes, it is first person. I had to look for the phrase from Ivy's perspective where it's like, I did this or said that or whatever. Found it. So yes, it is first person. This particular edition that I have is 394 pages. So Ivy is part of this order that hunts fae. Fae, which is short for fairies, they exist. They are adult size like this. They can have glamour, so they're not little things. They are adult size. They can glamour themselves. Basically, they can create an illusion so that when you're walking down the street, you don't realize that they are non-human. They look like humans. So they can glamorize and deceive a lot of people. And these particular fae feed off of humans. I'm not exactly sure what it is with the humans that they feed off of, but they're not like vampires where they're sucking your blood or something like that, but they do feed off of humans, to the point that the human can become like a husk, and basically all you can do that's left is to put them out of their misery by killing them, and while they're still being fed off of, they can become so entranced and enthralled by the fae that is feeding off of them, they will do whatever the fae want them to. Okay, so Ivy is a part of this order. They hunt the fae down. They have two options with the fae. You either kill them or you send them back to the other world is what they're called. So basically back to the fae world. To do so, they have to have like a silver stake go into their chest and it just sends them right back. And things like that. You do find out other things, which I can't really go into because then it's spoilers. I was going to say something, I thought, nope, I can't, that's a spoiler. So we're following Ivy as she's doing this. Ivy also goes to school. She has a friend who you do figure out is bisexual because she's like, oh, I go both ways. I'll take you over to, I'll pleasure you being another girl. I don't care. I'll, whatever. So she has a friend named Val who is bi or bisexual. And, the other main kind of person aside from Ivy that you don't really follow, but you get a lot of interaction between Ivy and this character is Ren. Ren has transferred from an office in, I think it was Denver, but in Colorado to where they are, which is like New Orleans, I want to say. And so now he's a part of this order. Ivy gets in some trouble and has to go to work with Ren and kind of shadow him and train him and things like that. He is the main love interest, and then Ivy is the female love interest, and so you're seeing the sexual tension between them and the lusting and all of that until obviously with the romance there's that tipping point where they end up having sex, and it is open door. So my favorite character in this is actually Tink, who is not a main character, but is one of the more important side characters. Tink is like a little, I think of Pixie, or when you think of like Tinkerbell, so that size. So a little mini fairy, but they're called brownies in this. Tink is hilarious. I absolutely love Tink, and I hope that Tink is prevalent in the second and the third book as the series continues. I will be mad if anything happens to Tink. So I really like Tink. So that's pretty much it. You're just following Ivy as they learn more about some of these fae and try to figure out what's going on, what's this big plan that they're trying to do. And while they are trying to protect humans, while the fae are trying to feed off of them, and all this stuff, while you have this romance as a side plot. So that's pretty much what the book is about. Definitely 18 or older. It does get sexually explicit a couple of times. So let's go ahead and get into a couple of things that you should be aware of if you're kind of on the fence with picking this up. As far as other things, one thing that comes up a lot is loss of family. So death of parent, death of a boyfriend, things like that. Ivy does mention quite a bit that where she's a part of this order. It is a very high stakes, very, very risky. You can definitely die because it is a very dangerous position and job that they do. So death does come up quite a bit. So other words that come up and the count. So those are the only things I can think of that you really need to be aware of as far as what could be a trigger warning as far as content. That's not words. So as far as words go, now this one I have, it could go either way, but you either have the term or the word breasts or boobs. So I just combined them because it's the same body part. Neither one of those, in my opinion, is bad. I don't want to say that. Vulgar, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't know. Anyway, not sexually explicit. It's a natural body part. Anyway, so breasts or boobs, in one of those two forms, they come up 37 times. The word hell comes up 73 times. Ass comes up 49, and that's like, oh, his ass is cute, or oh, I'm going to kick your ass type of a thing. So that does come up. The phrase do you, in other words, like I could do you, I could have sex with you type of a thing, that comes up once. Damn comes up 65, and something like that would be like damn, damnable, damnation, something like that. Damn it. Let's see. The F-bomb, aka fuck, comes up 62 times. Laid comes up 10, and not as in I laid down. No, laid as in you're getting laid, you're having sex. So that comes up 10 times. The word God comes up 81 times, sometimes in a religious sense, like do you believe in God or don't you, type of a thing, and sometimes it's just like a phrase, oh, goodness type of a thing. So sometimes it's kind of more of a religious, but usually it's not. The word bitch comes up 12 times. Shit comes up 64. Bastard comes up 9. Balls, not like the balls that you see kids play with, that kicking around on the soccer field, like a man's body part, comes up 5 times. The word Jesus comes up 10, sometimes in a religious text, sometimes not. Douche comes up 3. Dick comes up 3. Dong comes up once. Again, both of those in reference to the male body part. Orgasm comes up 4 times. Aroused comes up 4 times. Referencing to a woman being wet in her sexual region comes up twice. Calling someone and I include these even though these came up once because they can be very bothersome to some people, but harlot once, slut once, prude once, hoe once. Cherry is in basically making it so that someone is no longer a virgin. That comes up once. Let's see. Vagina comes up once, and pervert once. Other words, you have nipple comes up 2 times. Come, as far as like making someone climax, especially in reference to a woman having sex, comes up 3 times. Hooker comes up 3 times. Calling someone a hussy 5 times. And then the other word that this can be bothersome to a lot of people is the word molested or molestation. But it's used as in I feel molested by how someone looked at me. So it's more like a visual molestation type of a situation. So, but I can see how that would make a lot of people uncomfortable. And that only comes up 2 times. So that's it. Those are all the things that I can think of to really tell you about. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 stars, and I really hope that Tink is present in the next book. So that's all I can think of without spoiling anything. And definitely things to tell you about. So if you're on the fence, hopefully this will give you some information to know if this is one that you should avoid or one that you want to go ahead and pick up and read. If you have read anything by Jennifer L. Armentrout, let me know. What is your favorite book by this author? Otherwise, yeah, talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book. And I'll talk to you later.